Hello everyone, Vampire218 here, bringing you a very quick, edition of my Pokemon General Draft tips and stuff. I've been busy playing Pokemon Go basically all day, and I completely forgot to make a video, so I'm making it now real quick. So this topic is going to be on U-Turn, Volt Switch, and comboing those two things and why they're good. So, to start things off, U-Turn and Volt Switch are two moves, U-Turn being a bug move that's physical, having a 70 BP, 100% accuracy, and 20 PP. It attacks and then switches Pokemon. Volt Switch is the same, except instead of being physical, it is special and electric. So, this is important to gain momentum in a match. You can either do two different types. You can do you can do fast switching or slow switching. Fast switching, the advantage is that you get a little bit of chip damage in, and then you're able to go into a Mon that will better be able to take whatever your opponent will be throwing at you. This can be, maybe you have something like Mega Beedrill or Infernape or something that's really fast and isn't going to pair well against what it's going to take. Well, you do a U-turn and you hit your opponent, you get a little bit of baby damage in, and then you switch into something. If they're going maybe for an Earthquake, you switch into a Flying type so it doesn't hit. If they're going for like a Fire move for whatever reason, you go into maybe the Mon that can take Fire moves, maybe your Flash Fire or your Water type. It allows you to gain momentum and it keeps your opponent on their toes. It forces them into a higher level of play, and a level of play they may not be comfortable with. Now, the suggested number that I'm going to give you for this is about at least 2. And this is just saying you want to have at least 2 Mons that have access to U-Turn or Volt Switch or either or. And looking at the list, that's not hard. You have Excelgor, you have Ambipom, you have Articuno, Mega Beedrill, Bravery, Infernape, Crobat, Darmanitan, Electros, Fearow, Flygon, and there's just so many Mons that are going to get access to one or both of these moves, and that's why it's not hard at all to pick up a Mon that has a different role, but it can also do this. Like Infernape, it is a hard hitter. It's same with Darmanitan, but they have access to U-Turn. You don't need to bring it every week, but you have access to it. And that's really what's important is, you threaten that. If you know you're going into, like Scizor, if you know you're going into a matchup where they have a lot of slow but hard-hitting fire types, well, you can max your speed and go for U-turns. It really allows you to get that momentum and keep your opponent on their toes. You can look through the list here, there's just so many Mons that learn these moves. And as we go to Volt Switch, I believe it is less, a lot of them just being electric or steel, but still very respectable list. Rotom's being on there. And it's not hard to fill out a different role, like Zapdos. That can be your speedy special attacker. That can be, a bulky defogger. That can be, kind of like a support. But you can also still throw your Volt Switch on there, so it works. And again, the reason that you want to be doing this, and you can also combine these with other roles. Remember, we've already gone over hazards, so you got to think. Bravery I talked quite a bit about in the episode regarding removing hazards. Well, you could grab your Bravery, and then you filled out like 3 or 4 different roles, because you have your Defiant Mon, you have your Mon that can remove hazards through defog, you have a pretty hard-hitting physical attacker that has some bulk. You also have a Mon that can be brought as physical attacker through sheer force if you don't expect defog, and you get access to U-turn. So, Mons like that are just so good. Celebi, another amazing Mon, great utility. And that's really what you're looking for here. You're not just, Golbat, that can defog as well. You're not just looking for something that can U-turn. You're looking for something that's going to fill 3 or 4 different slots in your team and synergize well. And I believe probably that's what we'll be going over next week, is just the idea of synergy and what it is and how it works, and I guess, a little bit of ideas surrounding that. Sorry for this video being a lot shorter than usual, but there's not much to say about U-turn and Volt Switch other than it's really good and do it. So I've been Vampire 218 bringing you my draft tips on Volt, Switching, and U-Turn. If you liked the video, please make sure to leave a like, share, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Bye!